And the second category, when you fail, either you go into the secondary school or you go into the vocational schools. Vocational schools. Vocational school, they give you some technical kind of education. They give you technical education related to your work. Technical education. And they produce manual workforce. They produce manual workforce. Okay, or you can say they were producing industrial employees. Industrial employees. Now you can see we have basically three different kind of education system. Number one, grammar school. Number second, secondary school, and the third one, vocational school. And this system is known as tripartite schools education system. Now you can see the students who were in the grammar school, they were wearing you can say they were wearing a blazer kind of a dressing. That shows that particular class, or you can say they are related to the best education of that time. Okay, that shows a cultural capital as well. The second, secondary, you can say they were wearing a normal pant jeans. And the vocational one, they were wearing a dongri kind of a dress. You know what is dongri mean? A proper full dress. Normally you have seen mechanics normally use or wear such kind of a dressing. Now if you see over here where we mention, like here we said when industrial societies came. Now you can see we were talking about the industrial employees because vocational education system produce industrial employees. So if I talk about here the formal education, that formal education basically is a tripartite system. This is tripartite education system where I mentioned that this is a formal education. Okay, so this is how you can see that whenever workplace changes, other things also, other institution is also changing. That was a tripartite system that exists in 1944. Now come on to 1970. Now let's try to understand that what is a comprehensive education system. This 1970, we normally said this is the rise of the service sector. Rise of service sector. So the rise of service sector, or you can say we need low manual working or low academic education. Need low manual worker for with a low academic education. Low academic education. Now comprehensive school system, I will mention it as CES. Okay, I will use this abbreviation. So this is known as comprehensive education system. So when you were in the comprehensive education system, there were basically three phenomena to observe that system. Comprehensive education system. Number one, there was no admission test. If you want to resume your education system, there wasn't any sort of education system. Sorry, no admission system. Then admission was based on the area. Admission based on area. If you are close to the education, if you are close to the school, then you can easily get the admission. Okay, you don't need to give any sort of admission test. No admission test, and it provide low and academic education. academic education. That was the time when most of the secondary school convert into the comprehensive education system. When most of the secondary school when most of secondary schools convert into comprehensive education system. And at that time there were around of 164 grammar schools existing. That's mean upper class students still prefer these grammar schools. Okay, that is the statistics. But most of the secondary schools at that time were converting into comprehensive education system. This is known as comprehensive education system. You can say comprehensive education system mean everyone can get the admission, because there is no admission test required, or you can say admission was based on the area. So that gives a more benefit, like everyone can get admission and everyone can resume their studies. Okay, then the last one we have 1988 educational reforms, and this is known as marketization of education. Marketization of education. That simply mean education become product. Just follow the principle of the marketing. Education become product. Education become product, and parents plus students become shoppers. They will buy education as per their need and market signals. They will buy education as per their need and market signals. Market signals mean based on their financial position, mean fees, etc., how much they can afford. It simply mean that school will market themselves. Okay, for example, they will tell you about that what sort of facilities we can provide, what sort of faculty we are going to provide, and about their classrooms, might be possible about their previous education, previous topper student. Normally you have seen on the billboards, for example, if you are watching any kind of a college advertisement, where you will see the students picture, and where they normally mention that these students got 99% result, let's say in the FAC, in the previous exam. So they are advertising themselves. So this is how the education system advertise themselves. Now it's up to the choice of the parents, because they are the consumers. It's up to their choice. If they can afford, that education. Otherwise, rest their choice. Now you can say there are multiple form of educations in this process. Multiple form of education in the marketization education. We have a private sector, we have a private education, we have grammar education, we have same-sex education, we have faith education, like we normally said madrasas, etc., and you have a technical schools, or you can say the technical education. Technical education. So we have a lot of multiple educations that existing in the marketization of the education. Now, how they can market themselves? There is one of the institution that in the British, its name is Ofsted. Ofsted, and its abbreviation is Office of Standard Education. Office of Standard Education. Standard Education. Now, what this institution basically do, it ranks the school based on the results and based on the education facilities, what sort of facilities they are providing. So this is how, on these factor basis, they rank the school, and ultimately school market that particular rank. For example, we are the number one institution in the city, or in the, let's say, in the state, according to the Ofsted ranking. And Ofsted ranking normally depends on the multiple factor like facilities and student results and etc.